Hi everyone, we're at it again, doing a little magnet fishing, a little mud larking, the old Green River. If you don't know why I call it the Green River, well, you must be colorblind. It's a slimy, yucky, icky, sticky, nasty, slicky, sticky Green River. It's full of treasures. And first find of the day, I saw something sticking out of the water. Look kind of not so rock-like, and you know, my last video I shared with you a few rules of how to be a good magnet fisher and mud larker. Well, this video will be all about tips and tricks to being a good mud larker. Tip number one: if something doesn't look like a rock, it might not be a rock. And so therefore I pulled this thing out of the water, and it's an old piece of an iron, it looks like. I'd like to clean it up and see how old. Maybe it's not very old at all, but would you look at that treasure. I've always thought this of myself, but it's true. I am Iron Man. Put that in the bucket, and we'll keep on mud larking. Okay, down here it seems to have some kind of cable. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. Some kind of cable. I wonder if I can get it. And then look at this too. This is kind of cool. This is a big old rock. A big old rock with a chain in it. Somehow, somewhere, they got this rock out here with this here chain. And this was awesome. I wish they had a little hammer with me. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Oh, it's a puzzle. It's a puzzle of how to get the chain off the rock and off the loop. Look at that, guys. That's cool. That's a big old chain attached to a rock. That's awesome, guys. And it's like driven into that rock there when they probably moved it out here many moons ago. Okay, I can't get that chain without some kind of grinder. Moving on to this cable again. And I had to walk through so many prickers here, and I was trying to think of the verb for going through prickers. Is it pricking or prickering? Is it prickering? Prickering sounds more like it. I'm doing reverse prickering now. Going back the way I came to try to pull out this cable. I got thorns in my calf, and I don't like it. Nobody would either. Why do I do such things for such cheaply found treasures? Nobody knows. Will I get this cable smacked in my face? Nobody knows. Or woman. Nobody knows. I shall set you on the ground for this adventure. What happens to Peter? Peter, to see what happens to the Peter. Will he get whacked in the face with cable and prickers? Maybe yes, maybe no. It's looking more like no. But it's looking more like I'm not going to get the cable. It might be stuck in the ground under the rock. Very stuck. Very, very stuck. So I determined that this cable is buried into this big honkin' rock, and that it was meant to stay there. That cable was meant to stay there, and is obviously part of the moving process of this big honkin' rock here. But what I didn't notice is that not only is it cool that they bolted that big eye bolt into that rock, but right there they must have had another kind of eye bolt. And once they drilled the hole, that thingamabobber right about there wasn't big enough, so they drove another wedge in there to wedge it tight. So maybe there's another kind of eye bolt, but that was cool. I would have loved to have seen them move that. So there you go, some kind of treasure. A chain in the rock. If you want to know if you're the next king of the rock, come pull the chain out of the rock. I haven't decided what the verb form of traversing through prickers is. Pricking? Prickering? prickled, prickering. I don't think it was prickering. So I did all that prickering for nothing. Well, I found something, so it was fun. As I was walking through the woods to my next location, I found something round and feathery. I think it's an owl pellet, and it looks like he might have ate a small bird or something. It's all clumped up, or maybe it's poop. Maybe it's poop of some kind that's not from an owl. There's another piece right there. I thought at first it was an owl pellet. Maybe it's something else, but whatever it was, they ate a bird. Maybe even some eggs, bird eggs, because over here it looks like some pieces of shells. Oh boy, something ate some baby birds perhaps. Yep, looks like pieces of shells in there. Oh, poor baby birds. I at least hope they were delicious. Here we are in some prime magnet fishing and mudlarking territory. Let's have ourselves a lark. Crazy. I really am Iron Man. This is my second piece of steel I found here. Must have used for ironing or something. Look at that. And there's an inscription on it too. I'm going to take it home and clean it up more and try to see what it says. I declare this to be Magnet Fisherman's Island. Mud Larker's Island. And that one there is Magnet Fishing Island. Something kind of interesting. I found an old little glass jar in the river. That is interesting. And guess what was in it when I found it? Has no lid on it. You have any guesses? Water. There was water in it. Here's an interesting treasure for you. I found this walking through the river here, and at first I thought it was a piece of trash, but I cleaned it off and I read it, and it says New York Consolidated Fruit Jar Company, and this is ceramic. So what in the world? A ceramic fruit jar top for canning or something? I've never seen one of those in my lifetime. Maybe it's old, maybe it isn't, but I've never seen one of those in my life before. New York, and I'm gonna look that up too actually. When I get home, Google New York Consolidated Fruit Jar Company. There's a treasure for the bucket. I like a little history mystery like that. It's kind of fun. Here we go, some more mud larking. I just found some kind of metal something. Looks fairly old. I don't know what kind of spikeroonie it was, but it was something. But look at here, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're gonna do some magnet fishing. Now we're gonna get back to my roots. This is awfully deep right here, and we're gonna do some real magnet fishing. This is awesome. I just found half of a minnow trap, and the other day I found half too. So now I have 2 halves of a minnow trap. This is awesome. Here's another treasure I found, a golf ball. Wasn't necessarily from my magnet, but as I was larking my way home, I found it. And I also found a fishing sinker and hook 'em a bob, which is awesome. Not only did I find that, but I found fishing tackle. It's just missing the hooks, but I can clean that up and put new hooks on it. That's a fun little find. So, lots of treasures, lots of treasures. Well, everybody, that's about all you're gonna get from me today. My phone battery's almost dead. So we got ourselves a bucket full of treasures, and I'm very happy with that. A variety of treasures, I may say. Not just from magnet fishing, but mud larking. So thanks for coming along with me on my adventure. See you next time.